Hi, the Sagittarius. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you all here. We're here with your very personal reading for November 2018. So exciting now. Let us see how the energies are moving through for you, Sagittarius. I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was getting for you that there's something you're so excited about. Like, I'm seeing perhaps someone presenting something to you for a small number of you. I'm seeing the number 35-7. I'm hearing Ipswich Avenue, whatever that may mean, particular number. I hope I'm not giving out anyone's address here. Okay, but I'm seeing you being super clear on something really catching your attention. You're like, if you're asking me if that turns me on, I'm hearing, do you see how I'm lighting up in this moment? That should be the testament to how much I'm hearing I'm also in love with you. Whoa, Sagittarius. There could be something, someone that you really, I'm hearing, really want to, I'm hearing communicate with, I'm hearing also reconnect with. And there's somewhat of a complicated storyline here as I'm getting it for a number of you, as it pertains to what exactly is going to be discussed by way of what you both decide on. And it can be happening on a financial level. You got the Judgment card of the apex of your spread, Sagittarius, the Father of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Someone is really also, I'm hearing, committed to this discussion and holding it. And it's like, even if we have it a million times over and we don't really have anything to doll up with at the end of the day, be it financially again, we still, I'm hearing, love having each other's company. And I'm like imagining a number of individuals together in a room, and they play, I'm hearing, dress up with their assets, but they also they also though realize that there is a whole lot of room, and I'm hearing more room in that space that they're operating in to hold different types of I'm hearing conversations and performances through. And the feeling is like, if you've been engaging with a certain individual in a certain way, it's like, Sagittarius, I'm seeing you as kind of wanting to take a major turn with that. You got the High Priestess and the Mother of Wands. I'm seeing you like taking someone in your car and like driving them to the I'm hearing the hospital for a number of you. Whatever that means for you, it can be metaphorical, right? Always take it as you will. Dear Sagittarius, not necessarily in any particular way, but I'm seeing you like having somewhat of a premonition about something as well. It's like, I know that you're about to pop. I'm hearing, don't ask me why I'm acting like a parent right now, but I just know that something is not really right here. And I want to take the conversation as well, perhaps to court. Take it as you will for a number of you. It's like something may be kind of feeling suspicious. This energy has been coming through for you, Sagittarius, in your past few readings. Okay, I'm hearing leave it at the door though. The discussion itself, the Hangman, the Ace of Swords, and the High Priestess. You are like, I'm seeing you almost like taking charge of a situation, Sag. It's like, if I need to kind of like start brushing your hair for you, let me find the best brush in the room at least to do it with, and have the conversation in a way that combs itself back once we've understood where the hairs sort of stand on your head. Whatever that may mean for a number of you. Some of you may actually be doing some sort of, I'm hearing, network marketing. Very interesting. Okay, now the Ace of Pentacles, I'm hearing the Ace of Cups though coming through right over the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Pentacles upright. I'm hearing shimmy. The Ace of Cups, I'm hearing, how do you do? Say your dues like I do with you, whatever that may mean in particular for you, Sagittarius. The Tower coming through right over the Ace of Cups. Okay, I'm hearing some of you are like, slow down, girl. The Fool, looking over into the future. There's a focus on what you are establishing as the very starting point for this project, I'm hearing for a number of you. Also of this venture, and it has to do, Sagittarius, with where you consider and call the home base of this moment that is really going to transform a few turns that are taken. And it's like, if we thought we were going to be moving in that direction, there's a whole lot more in store that you don't necessarily know the address to. I'm hearing understanding where that kind of comes from. And I'm seeing you having a really profound, I'm hearing, faith as well in what you're creating, Sagittarius. Let us see how the energies move through. We'll pull a few more cards here. Again, this is your November overview thematic reading. Let us see what comes through here for you, Sagittarius. Okay. I'm I'm hearing take the leap, but then leave the leapfrog alone. I'm hearing for a visit. Whatever that may mean in particular for you, you may be dealing with someone who's got a lot of earth in their chart. You're wondering where have they kind of gone missing in the home. I'm getting that you kind of know where they are, but it's like, how are they actually going to be having a certain role that's played out physically in a certain project? I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. I'm seeing you though being like, look, I'm hearing, honey, I'm gonna be moving, and if you would like to break into this industry with me, I'm hearing wonderful. Here are the keys to the chalet. I'm hearing that specifically for a number of you, and have yourself I'm hearing a Merry Christmas, whatever that may mean for a number of you. You may be kind of like giving someone the keys to an actual property. You may be kind of giving someone the space as well to have a moment and see what comes of it. It's like, I'm gonna give you these I'm hearing supplemental materials. I'm going to give you resources to kind of work with, to experiment with, I'm hearing as well. And I'm going to see at the end of the day what you actually produce. And if you're going to be leveling up, wonderful. Let's get on the I'm hearing leaping board again together. And if you're kind of going to be shy about that and undecided, let me tell you where the closest exit is in this. I'm hearing house and home. Ooh, Sagittarius, you're not getting shy about where you're going. The Hierophant in reverse of the Ten of Wands, horizontally laid right over the Fool. The World, you know where you're going, Sagittarius, and you are not questioning what takes you there and what is kind of like, I'm seeing like the residual effect and impact of the changes that you're already enacting. And it's like, I'm seeing you like making a very clear decision. It's like, let's not get it twisted, please. I'm hearing, I don't want to have to tell everyone, I'm hearing also my moves in order for them to be really well understood. And if you're a teacher, I'm seeing you kind of, Sagittarius, being like, look, I don't want to have to work through every, I'm hearing motive of every plot point that we're moving through. And I kind of get this feeling for you, Sag, and it can be the energy of another as well, that you're really highly motivated, okay, to get some kind of show on the road. And it's like, I'm excited. I'm hearing, are you? If you have to take a bath first, I'm hearing, I'm gonna let you kind of do your thing, but I'm gonna be a believer here, and I'm gonna be on the road real soon as well. You've got the Daughter Cups coming through. Someone is perhaps really curious to know, really interested in what you have to offer them. You may be offering something to someone. They're intrigued. I'm hearing their curiosity has definitely been tickling the cat in their hat. I'm hearing to jingle out. I'm hearing of the box, but eventually they realize, I'm hearing down the line, that there's going to be a lot more to this project if they're going to be operating in it. And if they're interested, even if they're somewhat stimulated by your proposition, I'm seeing that they have also a certain physical persona, a public persona that they've really worked very hard to get to the point of creating. It can be your own energy as well, Sagittarius. I'm hearing, I'm no Peter Pan, Son of Pentacles here in reverse, whatever that may mean for a number of you. I'm hearing like, I'm not also gonna be just sliding in the DM to have a moment with you, whatever that may mean in particular for you. Someone is perhaps waiting to have a conversation with you in a really meaningful way. And Sagittarius, it's like, if you've got a lot of fire energy in your chart, especially if you've got a lot of Sag in your chart in general, there could be this propensity to kind of feel like, well, I'm hearing, why aren't you flapping your feathers for me if I am feeling it and you're feeling it? And someone is really being careful, as I'm getting it, about how they are choosing to even make it obvious to you what they're willing to invest in. And I'm seeing you wanting to have a moment or two to mull that over and kind of like, okay, well, if they're not fully, I'm hearing, working with me on this, what exactly are they working on? And they may be involved in a project and they may be really busy, Sagittarius. Like, it could be so simple as that. Like, they don't have breathing room to have any kind of boardroom conversation outside of the bath that they're taking on their downtime, whatever that may mean for you. It's like they may just be extremely I'm hearing bothered by just a lot going on. I'm hearing that specifically in Sagittarius. And if someone's like not getting back to you, and you're kind of like biting your fingernails over it. I'm getting that there's somewhat of a space that they're not really even occupying themselves, and it's like I'm seeing you like kind of like, hey, can you meet me at this one place? Can you meet me in this one space, even energetically, emotionally? And it's like, yeah, I'm hearing I'm all ears, but just not in the afternoon, and I don't know where else I'm gonna have time to stamp. I'm hearing the document with you. There could be something that you're really trying to kind of get someone on board with as well, and they may not be as impulsive as you in making certain moves in a certain industry as well. Again, they may be really worried. I'm hearing concerned about their public image, the public persona that's taken on when they do work in that way, perhaps with you. 5 of Cups, the 6 of Wands, and the Judgment card. I'm hearing, but let's get it together. I'm hearing specifically with the 2 of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Wands upright. You're like trying to finagle something, Sagittarius, as I'm getting it. You're really, really, really intent on like getting someone's attention as well. Even if they're not really showing you all of their best moves, it's like, I know that they're not really wiggling, I'm hearing, around in the work suit for me. But you know what? I'm hearing I don't really take that personally. And I'm not gonna I'm hearing rack my brain too much about what that really means or makes of the moment itself that we can eventually share. And I'm seeing that eventually they do have a conversation with you. I'm seeing this as for a number of you. If you're dealing with an earth sign, they're not sure. I'm hearing how airborne they want to go with this or with things in general. I'm getting that they're kind of hesitant to talk with you and walk with you at the same time and kind of have their hair in your hand. I'm hearing, or their hand in your hair, whatever that may mean for you. It's kind of like, where do I see things going? And I don't know, because I'm not yet mobile, whatever that may mean for a number of you. The Chariot here in reverse, there may be someone who's considering moving. They are not sure though at all what makes sense for them in terms of what, again, kind of a direction might be that is viable. It can, again, be related to career or even academics. It's like, I don't know, I'm hearing where I'm going to be taking all my things. I don't know where I'm going to be studying now. I don't know what kind of student I want to even be. And let's not get too comfy and cozy studying together when I'm not sure what exactly I'm going to be starting on a leap of faith with, the Fool. And I'm seeing someone as being very, very, very committed to holding a certain commitment to themselves. It's like, I am secretly in love with you, but I'm not gonna use the markers to show you that quite yet, because I'm also wanting to be dynamic in the way that I show you. And if I need to kind of be free enough to be spontaneous in that moment to show you it, I need to feel like I'm not doing it before I'm doing it. And I'm getting it, again, Sagittarius, I'm hearing Pisces, in a way of it being related to exclusivity. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, they're really flighty. Like, they don't want to feel that they've got feathers that you're holding on to. It's like, I'm seeing someone with like feathers, and I'm seeing you, Sagittarius, like kind of like playing with them, and you're like touching them, like you're so cute. And I'm seeing you like laying in bed with someone, and kind of like, it's like, but they've got feathers, right? Whatever, I'm not gonna like accentuate that. They've got like feathers, and it may be virtual as well. But I see you like really admiring someone. You're just kind of like playing again with their feathers, and you're like, oh, I love your feathers and your feathers, and you're like talking over and over and over, perhaps about a certain topic. The Hierophant coming through. It's like, are we gonna be flying together? And they're like, look, I'm hearing, look, I am here. I'm hearing, I am here for you. I'm hearing that song. And I will always love you. Oh my goodness. Right beneath here, the Hierophant, right behind the Father of Pentacles. Someone doesn't want you to judge the way that they are really, I'm hearing, obsessed with you in a certain way. It's like this, if you're doubting someone's love, Sagittarius, they don't want you to have to play Doctor Who with that kind of dimension of this experience. They want you to know that they really, really, really are emotionalizing this and kind of processing it. It's like, I feel a lot. I'm hearing, don't get me wrong, I just need to process what I'm feeling as well. I'm getting that for a number of you. And I'm hearing That's No Secret. Is that a song? and that's the way it is. No, but I'm hearing like, and that's no secret. And that's no secret. If anybody knows the lyrics to that song, please comment, Sagittarius. But yet again, it's like I'm seeing like somebody who's really, really, really keen on also marrying you. Take it as you will. Someone who, yes, sees a lot of potential. I'm seeing it in a very interesting way because they're showing up. They're really sure in a certain way of what the paradigm is that you both are operating through. And it can be your own energy in terms of a direction that you want to move in, again, in terms of a certain industry. But at the same time, there's the space of exclusivity that they're still contemplating your role in. Very interesting. And it's like, it's not a matter necessarily of what I want to be doing when I'm coming home to you every day. It's a matter of where you are going to be working out of as well, and what's going to be really stimulating and supporting you. Sagittarius, this individual really has a whole lot of love for you on a level that cannot be, I'm hearing, fathomable in just any kind of fairy tale romance. It's like, I expect it. I'm seeing you, Sagittarius, like, again, really being super keen on someone. And I'm hearing father of the bride as well, whatever that may mean for you. There could be another individual who is involved that you're not fully aware of. The audience members for. Very interesting. And I'm seeing you being interested also in perhaps speaking with a certain individual. The star here coming through could be an Aquarius, someone who is really, I'm hearing timid, but also talkative. Okay, judgment card coming through. Like, they have very clear opinions, but they don't always share them with you or with certain people who may be listening. Okay, let us get back into it, Sagittarius, though. I'm getting, again, I'm having this vision of you, like, almost, like, feeling like I'm so into them. I'm hearing bothered by it as well. The feeling that I hold of what I'm experiencing. But, and if you've got a lot of water in your chart, it's like I'm hearing, I don't want to just be in my room singing Whitney Houston all damn day long, wishing I'm hearing upon a shooting star. I'm hearing like Selena Gomez does, whatever that may mean for a number of you, take it as you will. I'm seeing, though, that there is a focus on what someone has to offer you, and they're really, really freaking contemplating that. It's like, if you're wondering where someone went, I'm hearing specifically, they're really, truly wanting to create the character that they see you serving as in their world. And that's something that is not just a shallow endeavor. It's not just a shallow also shore that they want to kind of wash upon with you. And if you're, again, wondering, well, why isn't this person walking towards me in the way that I'm running towards them? It's like, well, they don't really know exactly how they would like to work with you, perhaps in a certain space that they absolutely see. And it's like, okay, it's like this, Sagittarius. Yet again, it's like, if you're wondering even why certain I'm hearing workers in an audience aren't quite acting in the way that you would have liked or expected, the feeling is that they don't really want to I'm hearing walk to just any beat. It's like they may be really highly selective with the way that certain I'm hearing revolutions are made in a certain way. And if you're dealing with someone with a lot of earth in the chart, oh my goodness, and as well a lot of water, a lot of Pisces, they are really, really, really focused on what the meaning is behind every challenge even that they undertake. And it's like, if I'm going to enter this industry, I need to know that I've got a surfboard that we both can kind of ride it out on. And they are really, again, don't doubt that they're actually thinking about that, Sagittarius. It's like, I'm hearing, are they really, like, they told me that they needed time to kind of connect the dots a little bit. Are they really counting, I'm hearing, bows and arrows, or are they, I'm hearing, blowing whistles at other boys, whatever that may mean for a number of you. It's like, no, I'm hearing specifically, no. They're really, I'm hearing, really, really trying to find a comfort zone as well within all of this. And they may be dealing with 3 individuals or 3 factors as well, or 3, I'm hearing also stages, I'm hearing seasons that they've been really like focused on a certain project and they may have a lot of pressure here. Sagittarius, like I'm talking like a lot of pressure. They may actually not really be feeling all too well, and hopefully not. Always take it as you will, but they may be contemplating though a major change. I'm hearing move. They may actually be about to give birth as well. Okay, Sagittarius, a whole lot coming through. Let us though get the cards coming through and see what's coming for you here in November. I'm hearing challenge, the daughter swords in reverse, 7 of swords up, right side up, strength card in reverse, 7 of pentacles upright. You may be wanting to hold a conversation that isn't really holding up, and it's like, why are we not working, I'm hearing, on the work problem? And you might feel that you want to be more active or take a more active role, perhaps in a certain direction, but the Hanged Man keeps hanging, and you're like, look, I'm hearing Harry met Sally. Okay, I'm seeing you like going up to someone and you're like, listen, hello, I'm hearing. Do you need a microphone? I'll gladly supply that for you. Do you also need a meal or two before we talk about this? Because I want to really, I'm hearing, take it all the way home. And I want to make sure that you've got time and space to fit me into your schedule. I'm seeing you, Sagittarius, like really kind of being adamant about this yet again. But I'm seeing you almost like, I'm seeing you like going up to someone like in a sauna room and they're having a moment and you're kind of, and they're like getting misted also in some kind of way, and I'm seeing you like going up to this person being like, look, I'm hearing, I know you have a website that I can contact you through, but I don't want to have to wish on the whiskers that I pull out and blow, I'm hearing, candles off of, whatever that may mean for you, as I'm waiting on your response. I really just want, I'm hearing, to marry you, and I want to know what you are going to be working on in that space. I'm hearing yet again, and it can be your own energy, it can be that of another, but I'm seeing they respond, they're responding in a way that is kind of like, I'm hearing like a workout. I'm hearing also like a work solution. Like, I'm going to get back to you in 5 to 6 business days. And I don't know if that's going to be also a work day, whatever that may mean for a number of you. Very interesting. They're kind of like giving you I'm hearing a headshot or two to work with. Like, you're asking, let's say, for, I'm hearing, marriage, but then they're giving you a movie to watch. And they're like, here, Charlie, I'm hearing, look how Chaplin does it. And the feeling that I'm getting here for you, Sagittarius, for a number of you, is that you're not really fully sold on the guys that someone is, I'm hearing, getting your I'm hearing movie out with, whatever that may mean, like how someone may be publicizing someone or kind of presenting something. It's like, I know and you know that we're both not just at this party to play as Peter Pan. It's like, this is not something that is just a performance that we don't really believe in. And it's like, if you're showing up and I'm showing up and we're both kind of like considering our options here, the feeling is that we have them, and what are they, and let's talk about it. But someone is not ready, Sagittarius. I'm hearing that strongly. You've got the Devil in reverse and the 3 of Wands in reverse. Someone is just not having also the time to really talk about it in a truly I'm hearing talkative way. And it's like, if you're considering and wondering where their train is leading them, I'm getting that they haven't yet got their seatbelt on. Okay, the Emperor in reverse, the Sun upright, the Ace of Cups. Oh, but what's underneath? Sagittarius, I'm getting you as being really suspicious around this time about something, and it's like, do I want to invest in this space? Do I really want to walk down the aisle? I'm hearing also with my work clothes on, whatever that may mean for a number of you. Is it really time? And it can be a seasonal factor as you may feel it. It can be also a physical move. It can be a shift and a change in a direction, financially, professionally. The focus here is, I'm hearing, are you coming, or are you going to stay? I'm hearing singing songs, blowing bubbles in the bath. It's like, are you gonna be also blowing me kisses, or just blowing candles out, waiting for me to water your garden with you? It's like, are you going to be watching me as well, just virtually, or are you gonna be actually making the mask that you're gonna be wearing when we're gonna be walking down the aisle together? Very interesting. Whatever that may mean for a number of you. I'm seeing, though, there's a complexity, as you may feel it, to the character that someone may be upholding with you, in unison, and it may be your own energy. Sagittarius, you got the Fool again coming through. It's like, I'm hearing please, I'm hearing let me feel you, I'm hearing feel the letter that we're gonna write together. Please let me feel the feeling space that we are gonna be flying through eventually. And I'm getting that if you're dealing with an earth sign or even an air sign, especially got a lot of Libra in the chart, Aquarius, I'm hearing they're finding, I'm hearing their form, I'm hearing in format as well, but they're also incredibly serious. I'm hearing committed about the way that, and in the way that they want to entertain a certain project with you, that they want to perhaps also go into business with you. But it's an exhausting, I'm hearing practice. And they, again, can really just be super, super busy, Sagittarius. Let us get the cards out here, and we'll pull a few more cards. Just see what comes through. Okay, somebody, Sagittarius, again, it's like if somebody is going to be engaging in a certain project with you, I'm getting it as in the way of they want to have a purpose in that. And they're not like, I'm hearing, that song, wouldn't it be nice if it's like, no. I'm hearing, I don't play just for, I'm hearing finders, keepers, I'm getting for a number of you. And I also don't just play nicely. I'm hearing in a way that is just kind of like comfy and cozy. It's like, I want to know that we can also wear our hats on the right way when we're walking down the aisle together, or whatever that may mean for a number of you. I'm seeing, though, it's like, and it's kind of interesting, Sagittarius, because I'm almost seeing it in the way of like, you in the beginning, right? I'm saying like two individuals. In the beginning, like one individual is like so keen on working with the other. It's like, please, I'm hearing, please, Peter, just be Pan for me just for a single moment. I'm hearing, have the moment of fantasy life, whatever that may mean for you. One second, Sagittarius. And you may have had somewhat of like a, I'm hearing shot of vodka before you told them that, whatever that may mean for you. Like it might have been something where it's like, okay, I'm hearing, do I feel totally comfortable telling them this as well? Do I feel totally, and it can be someone else's energy, take it as you will. Do I really feel comfortable like talking to them in this way? I'm hearing at this moment. It might feel kind of awkward, I'm hearing as well, to open up a conversation like this. Well, and you may have been feeling that way, and it may have been kind of like, well, again, it's like, I don't really feel comfortable walking around in this room like this, but I'm still perhaps taking a risk with that. I'm still really kind of asserting my version of the vision as well in this moment. And you may have realized that it was kind of, I'm hearing, assertive to be kind of taken in a light way as well, whatever that may mean in particular for you. I'm seeing, though, again, these two individuals in having a conversation, and in that moment of even, let's say, spontaneity, of impulsivity, of I really want to work on this, I'm hearing specifically with you. It's like you had a vision of how that would be rolling through and how that would eventually be culminating in a really romantic way, where you're like, I'm hearing it, wouldn't it be nice if and you are like wondering again why this individual may not be fully, I'm hearing, formalizing their vows with you quite yet. And it's quite literally, I'm hearing, because they're busy formalizing it. And it's like they're really like, I'm hearing, wondering what's gonna work here. And they're really concerned with productivity as well. And I'm getting this kind of feeling for Sagittarius. It's very interesting. It's like what you thought you wanted as well in a certain way. It's like, wait a second, I'm seeing like this individual turning around and then talking to you at a certain point in time very seriously about a certain direction. And it's almost like in a way of you wondering, I'm hearing, how did the child, I'm hearing, grow legs overnight like that to run to the altar with me at? And it almost like, I'm hearing, kind of makes you do a backspin, I'm hearing, on the board that you were kind of thinking of springing off of with them. And it's almost like, whoa, I'm hearing they've got quite a portfolio there of passion that they really were prioritizing. I'm hearing the production of, and it's like I'm seeing it almost in this way of like, again, it's like two individuals where one in the very beginning was like so enamored as well by the moment that they would like to hold with someone, and I'm seeing it as being somewhat like of a Jupiterian influence. It's like, oh my god, it would be so amazing to have this moment of I'm hearing also emotional ism with a certain individual. And you've got the Mother of Cups coming through, you got the Hangman, you got the Daughter of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups. You may have been drunk, Sagittarius, when you were kind of thinking about this as well. Whatever that may mean, I'm hearing high as well, take it as well. Whatever that may mean, particularly for a number of you. The Mother of Pentacles in reverse, right over the Mother of Cups in reverse, and I'm seeing you, like, again, having really been super keen on, I'm hearing marrying someone, take it as you will. And then it's like, again, Hangman, High Priestess coming through. You definitely doing the Pisces. You may be a Pisces, Sagittarius, okay? And I know some of you are Pisces, Sagittarius crossover. I know I am, okay? I'm hearing cross watcher as well. Now, the feeling that I'm getting here is that it's almost like, yeah, okay, in the beginning, I'm hearing you were the rose for me. I wasn't just looking out at you through rose-colored glasses. You were the rose. I was smelling you in my dreams. I was dreaming of you within the dream. I was having a dream of dreaming of you. And you were I'm hearing the all-star act there, the Judgment card. I was really sure that things would actually be somewhat also professionally recognized, perhaps in a public way. Take it as you will. It can be also an industry that you thought, oh, if I move into this industry, I'm going to make it some major money. And then it's like this kind of feeling, Sagittarius. It's like then the person who you thought was the antagonist turns out to be the best friend. I'm hearing of the I'm hearing bedroom conversation, whatever that may mean. Like they almost like take things to a level and a degree. They like turn around and they're suddenly the breakdancer of the night, and you're like, whoa. I'm hearing like they turn around and they're like they start really heavily showing interest in you, and you're like, whoa, okay, hold on a second. I don't know about that. I'm hearing that spider has legs on it actually, and it's starting to crawl, and I don't know. Okay, I'm seeing you kind of like getting a little bit I'm hearing gaining distance with what has actually started to move. And Sagittarius, if you've got a lot of Jupiter in your chart, okay, there could be this propensity to kind of, I'm hearing fantasize, to kind of also feel certain futures before you really actually want to feel them. And it's like, if I was talking to this person about commitment or marriage, and then they like offered me, I'm hearing a ring that felt kind of suffocating around my finger, I kind of want to have another talk with them about that, and I kind of want to make sure that they understand my version of marriage as well. And it's like, again, I'm seeing such a clear image for you, Sagittarius. Like, I'm seeing you again. I'm like beckoned to emphasize this point. I'm seeing you like having gone up to someone and wanted to have a conversation like so intently. Like, I'm seeing two people, and it's like you go up to this person and you're like, I'm hearing Salvador, and I'm seeing this card here, Salvador Dali. I'm seeing you like going up to someone and being like, I'm hearing also Marcello, whatever that may mean, took the number of you. Look, I'm hearing I am the Duchess of England. I'm seeing you like going up to someone having a like fairy tale romance idea of what can actually be carried out and created, and it's like, this person at first was I'm hearing playing it off or acting, I'm hearing really off-putting or off-put, where it's like, I don't know if I want to be playing, I'm hearing, with that putty in my hand quite yet. It was not, let's say, a denial of a certain act with you, but it was, let's say, they kind of like gave you, yet again, it's like, here are a few movies to watch. I'm hearing I'm hearing practice the problem first, and then let's see what kind of I'm hearing arises. And I'm getting it like they were kind of taking that time to win time to be able to eventually have a conversation that they could actually physically hold with you. And I'm hearing, yet again, it's like, goddamn, I'm hearing they're actually serious about it. And the feeling is, Sagittarius, that you want to escape. I'm hearing somewhat from the from the conversation around what you meant when you were offering something and what someone meant when they were offering you something or telling you that they needed time. I'm hearing it's like kind of getting a little bit twisted. I'm hearing messy as well. The feeling, though, yet again, is like, I'm seeing yet again being so keen on a certain imaginative space that you saw a certain person in, also moving through. And I'm hearing, but what is the afterthought to that? And again, I'm seeing this person as having given you space. I'm hearing time to kind of develop your own version of the doctor's note that they would be writing you. Very interesting. Again, I'm seeing someone like having given you somewhat of a kind of like I'm hearing the dick move, whatever that may mean. Like, I went up to them and I wanted to work with them, and then they like gave me this glow stick and they told me to go get some more. I'm hearing dance moves on my registrar list, whatever that may mean for a number of you. If you were thinking of like even investment, and at a certain point in time you went up to someone, you're like, can you please, I'm hearing, offer me a few stories as well that you can write up and publish, perhaps promote. And it's like this feeling, Sagittarius, of someone having given you somewhat of a rain check with that. And I'm seeing them turning around. And I'm seeing you having been like, okay, that was really kind of rude, I'm hearing as well, for a number of you, where you were really off put by that. It's like, I'm hearing, did you just talk about my singing voice like in a way that makes me never want to talk to you again about it as well, for a number of you? And someone perhaps really was like kind of, again, I'm hearing rude as you may have felt it, in the way that they transitioned the talk itself into something that was a bit testy of what vision, I'm hearing version of the future you both kind of hold and see. And it's like, again, if you're talking about commitment with someone or investment, it's like, I'm hearing, what kind of grass do you see growing, and what color is your grass, and on what side of the fence do you see it growing on? And someone kind of maybe tested you in a way where you're like, I'm not really here to talk about why we're talking about this. I'm hearing specifically, I'm here to tell you what I want to take really, I'm hearing all the way home. And the feeling is that you don't really, and you perhaps weren't really ready to have a supplemental conversation to what was considered sacred to you. Take it as you will. I'm seeing it like in a way of like, this is just what I'm feeling, and I just want to see how you feel about that. I'm hearing that for a number of you. And yet again, I'm seeing you like having presented something to someone, and at first they were kind of also, I'm hearing, tricky in finding a solution with you. They were not also perhaps entirely clear with the way that they communicated about it, and they perhaps give you mixed messages, and it's like, okay, are they really, I'm hearing, wanting to marry me? I'm hearing, are they really wanting to work with me? Are they really, I'm hearing, actually a worker? And are they really actually in the, I'm hearing, office that they say they are? And I'm again seeing you being kind of suspicious even about the space that was once occupied very clearly by them, and it may have been a space that you both worked in. Okay, but yet again, I'm hearing boundaries. There may be actual physical distance between you guys. The feeling that I'm getting, again, is that regardless of the way that they gauged temperature at a certain point in time, the feeling is that they are now, I'm hearing, facing you in a way where you're like, whoa. I'm hearing, this is kind of, this is kind of feeling, I'm hearing fearful. It's like, this is kind of becoming also really formal in a way that it makes me feel that I need to have a formal document to represent my emotions. And you have the Five of Swords and the Two of Cups coming through, the Father of Swords in reverse. And now I'm getting it as being turned around. It's like now you're kind of undecided in the way that you want to be having this conversation. And for a number of you, this may be related to matters of legality. It's like if at a certain point in time I was offering someone something, let's say you've got a business and you wanted someone to invest in it at a certain point in time, and at that point you would have, let's say, done whatever, jumped through whatever hoop to get them to have I'm hearing I'm hearing a hairstyle that they would that they would design with you, whatever that may mean for you, and perhaps to get really personal with something, really intimate with something. And it's like, I was willing to let you into my room, I'm hearing, into my bedroom, to really, I'm hearing, break down the problem together. And now I'm hearing, I want to break out of my own room when you're here, whatever that may mean for you. And again, the feeling is that someone may now be ready to have a conversation with you, and this can sort of be having a lot coming through here. This can sort of be rolling through towards the end of the month of November, Sagittarius. It's kind of like I'm feeling something that there's a real strong break-in. It's like, okay, suddenly I'm hearing, suddenly I see, da 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 da, suddenly I see. And it really kind of gets you to think about things in a whole new way. I'm seeing you, though, Sagittarius, as like kind of being like really, I'm hearing, really fast in the way that you kind of want to be moving through the discussion space with this individual. There may be a challenge to the way that you carry the conversation out. It can be related to how you legally carry it out. Again, I'm seeing someone, let's say it's like, I really wanted you, let's say, to invest in a certain space. It may have been, let's say, capital venture. You may have been working with a certain company as well. And or perhaps putting in your resume and like just being like, this is my dream job. Okay. But then it's like they get back to you, I'm hearing, over time, and they were like, we're going to think about it. Okay. And then we're going to give you, I'm hearing, a few, again, children to work with first. And you're like, are they giving me that just to kind of, I'm hearing, see how I pronounce my own name? Like, is it just also for fun? Is it also for their own sort of profit? Take it as you will, whatever that may be. I'm seeing someone like having given you something and you're kind of like, why are you giving me that? Is it actually because it's going to be, I'm hearing, used at a later time on this project, or is it something that you're kind of just wanting to buy time with, or buy also a promotion with, promo material? And it's like this, Sagittarius. It's as if someone gave you a product that they wanted you to test out. And it was like, test it out and see how you feel with it, and then we're going to work on that together. And then I'm seeing it as like you looking at that offering and that proposal in a way of like, why aren't you actually offering me the actual project I'm hearing itself to be worked on? And it's like, is it because you actually want to eventually take the project forward in a serious way, or is it because you want me to kind of like promote your material as well? And the kind of feeling, Sagittarius, is that eventually you realize that there perhaps was a storyline that eventually would be sounded out properly, and that, again, when you come to the point of being offered that, it kind of scares you. I'm hearing that for a number of you. Take it as you will, but and of course, general reading, right, always can be taken, interpreted, perceived in a number of ways. But I'm seeing whoever this individual is, or was, or whatever that may be for you, or this, like, let's say this group, this project, I'm seeing you wanting to gauge the interest level by way of what they're offering you specifically, perhaps in a physical way. And if they, again, gave you some time to kind of work on something, I'm seeing that they actually really wanted to see you work on it and actually really see what you created with it. And the feeling, though, yet again, is that once they come back, I'm hearing around to, perhaps I'm seeing it being related to certain industry trends. It's like, then it's like this. And there's so much energy coming through. Oh my goodness. And if you'd like to watch this in slower motion, okay. I'm hearing, like, she tells us this is the middle of the reading, okay. You can watch it in slower motion. You could change the speed of the video via the dial at the base of the video itself, okay. Okay, Sagittarius. There's, again, this sort of feeling of, let's say, you having reached out to a certain company and wanted to hold a certain conversation in a casual way. I'm getting it in a casual way, but in ways that really complement the future that you would eventually like to create. Very seriously, the Hierophant coming through and the Three of Swords. There's a marker, though, that you may not have been fully ready to write with, should it have been offered to you. And again, it's like I'm seeing there having been somewhat of like a curiosity here and somewhat of a, I'm hearing, creative direction that you really would like to take on. Oh yeah, whoa. Father of Wands, the Mother of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Father of Cups, the Chariot, and the High Priestess with the Hierophant. The Three of Pentacles is mirroring the Mother of Wands. It's like, okay, I'm hearing starlight, star bright, the star I see tonight. So I'm hearing, again, star bright, starlight, the star I see tonight. You really want to take something to a broad, expansive level. But Sagittarius, you want to still, like, I'm hearing, know that you can blink when you're looking, I'm hearing, at your audience on that stage. And the feeling is that, again, it's like you may have wanted to move into something really quickly, but not have wanted to have that wave that you ride out on just kind of take you out of even the industry that you work in. And again, I'm seeing it for a number of individuals as you may have, again, reached out to a certain industry at a certain point in time. You're like, this would be great to work on in the summertime, for example. And then it's like they get back to you in the winter and they're like, yeah, I'm hearing, come and join us now. And you're like, I don't want to be, I'm hearing, cooking in a kitchen in the dark. I'm hearing as Scooby-Doo, whatever that may mean for you, when I'm not really working on that anymore, that kind of subject matter. And I'm getting that there is a focus on what is temporal, what is related to perhaps even an industry and certain spaces financially, I'm hearing, also physically, that at a certain point in time you were like, yeah, I'm hearing that would have been a great project to work on together. But I'm hearing I'm not practicing that anymore in this season as well. I'm getting that specifically for a number of you, and perhaps I'm not really also feeling that there's potential financially in a certain in a certain sector. I'm hearing also segment of the market. I'm hearing in overall, I'm seeing of what I presented to you at a certain point in time, and I'm seeing, again, but I'm seeing it in a way of there being a macro sort of orientation and perception that you hold of a certain proposition, proposal, of a certain project, of a certain partnership that again, you're not releasing, I'm hearing, entirely, but that you are willing to work on just at a later point in time, and perhaps in a different way, where it's like, I don't want to just kind of like give back the car, I'm hearing, the lease, but I don't want to be here when it gets really cold. And again, it can be related to a season. Okay, Sagittarius though, I'm seeing it again, an offer coming through. I'm seeing there being a lot of hairs that are rising on the chest, I'm hearing, and the back, and the feet, and the forearms of, I'm hearing, a former lover who really wanted to have, I'm hearing, a home with you that they felt like they really created. And they may be wondering why you're walking around the conversation now, and it's like, whoa, they were really hot about that at a certain point in time. They were really like intent on making me this offer. And again, I'm seeing it for a number of you as like an investment. Okay, let me tune in for you here, Sagittarius. I'm hearing talking around the Christmas tree with the Five of Pentacles. This can be something that for a number of you, again, at a certain point in time, you held a premonition of as well. It's like, I wanted this now. I'm hearing, I didn't want to work on this. I'm hearing when Walter was gone, whatever that may mean for a number of you. Walter has been coming through the readings for almost every sign now, okay, for like months now. And someone actually mentioned in the comments, Walter is a physicist who has passed, okay? So take it as you will, whoever Walter may be. If anybody has any further insight, or if you feel that there may be crossover, feel free to comment nonetheless. And I always love watching and reading all your comments. Thank you all so much for connecting there, Sagittarius. I always write. I read all your comments. Thank you for connecting there. All right, but again, I'm getting this feeling of you wanting to water. And sorry about that, Sagittarius. And the feeling is like, if something was just not opened up at the right time, it's like I'm perfectly okay waiting on opening it later when I feel that I'm hearing we can read the letter out loud together. And it's like this feeling of like someone was ready and then you weren't, and then or they weren't, or you were, and then something gets switched around and it's like, okay, well now we're actually talking about it, but can we actually walk about it as well down the aisle take it as you will. For a number of you, this may be related to concepts of partnerships that are also financially based. And it's like, if there's a theory point of this all, and then there is an active participatory role that you may feel is related, okay? Let us, though, continue here with the reading. Sagittarius, I'm getting it again strongly for a number of you that you at a certain point had reached out to a certain company, or you, let's say, wanted to work or get investment from a certain, I'm hearing venture capital firm, and they watched you grow a little bit, and then once they reached out to you again, you're like, I'm hearing, honey, I'm not working here anymore. I'm hearing as well for a number of you, I'm not washing that window again as well. I'm not going to be trying to work on that with you again, I'm hearing as well. And there's somewhat of a focus on timing that someone doesn't quite understand as well, and someone just maybe really operating on a totally different timeline. Like if you're dealing with someone with a lot of earth in their chart, it's like, I'm hearing, are you suspended in your own memory of what has once worked at a certain point in time? Are you focused as well on perhaps what has brought results forward in the past, and what is that kind of making for you of the possibilities that we're creating together in the future? And you may be kind of like frustrated with someone, Sagittarius, and the way that they may be working through a certain problem, it may be your own energy as well. The devil here coming through, you may be absolutely dealing with a Capricorn. The 5 of Cups, I'm hearing they don't know how to clap though when they're I'm hearing calling your name out. It's like, again, they may be undecided in the way that they may want to publicize a certain project with you, but they are showing up. They are really serious. I'm getting this feeling again for you, Sagittarius. It's like someone at the end of the show is like wanting to come up to you, and you're like, wow, I'm hearing really, 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 I'm hearing I glorified your work at a certain point in time. I'm hearing you were my super glue in my mind's eye. And now I'm hearing you are saying that I'm impressing you in a certain way. Well, okay, I'm hearing, how is it that is going to actually be a solution that we can both support? And I'm seeing that there is the desire to perhaps investigate this further on behalf of this other individual. If, let's say, you're not giving them the promise that you were first kind of giving them, and they're kind of wondering, well, why isn't Sagittarius fully following up now? I'm seeing them as kind of being somewhat troubled in that space, wanting to know what exactly happened. Okay, Sagittarius, let us pull the cards and see what comes through for you. Let's see here. This is again the month of November. I'm hearing, whoa, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch, oh Lord, and I'm definitely not going to try to hit that high note there. And if I sound a little bit like a frog here, Sagittarius, right now, it's because I just woke up. Okay. Not that I'm commanding that I'm hearing that call, whatever that may mean for a number of you, I'm seeing you again, Sagittarius, like you were interested in something as you're born. I'm hearing, don't pretend like you weren't. It's like I'm seeing you like having wished upon a shooting star, and you're like, oh, I'm hearing universe. I really want, I'm hearing to work with that individual. I'm hearing really, really, really badly. And I'm seeing you like I'm hearing again drunk. I'm hearing drunk in love here. I'm hearing that song by Beyonce. And it's like, oh man, I was just like, I'm hearing working in the garden, just kind of like, I'm hearing working the world out in my mind's eye vision. I was feeling the sun on my skin while I was just wishing on working again in this way, perhaps in this industry as well. And then Sagittarius, it's like the universe calls you back. It's like you get a call back, and you're like, and the Hierophant coming through here, and you're like, okay, I'm hearing they're actually calling me, and it's like, I'm hearing like, I'm hearing, let me get a cup of water first of all, and let me also kind of practice the way I'm going to be walking out of this conversation. And it's like, Sagittarius, I'm seeing you kind of wanting to back out of something again. I'm seeing you kind of wanting to walk towards, I'm hearing the the Fool, that makes you feel connected to what exactly you connect to as a source of empowerment. And again, I'm seeing you having been, let's say, in a certain almost like stage or lull or some kind of like, I'm hearing under an influence even. I'm hearing again, it's like I'm hearing drugs, take it as you will. Sagittarius, what is a drug, right? Sugar in a certain way can also be considered a drug. Caffeine can be considered a drug. What exactly is it that you felt was, and it kind of even be a certain state, I'm hearing astrological influence, take it as you will. Neptune could have been heavily on, I'm hearing your mind, whatever that may mean for you. And the feeling is like, okay, I'm hearing, what was I doing in that moment that I was working with myself on that project as well? And what is it that compelled me to seek out experiences that challenge the paradigm of productivity that I realize is not just a matter of who comes with, but how I communicate to myself as the creator of what I create. In the moment that I'm not just in a physical space creating it, but in the period of time that I take to really, I'm hearing, play with my assets yet again. And I'm seeing you not wanting to have any particular, I'm hearing again, person, involved, place, situation, context, project that really defines your overall sense of mission. And I'm seeing you, Sagittarius, as like, it's like, I don't want to be bought out, actually. I'm hearing, I don't want funding. I don't want to be, I'm hearing, I don't want to have my future told. I don't want to have, I'm hearing, a fortune to ride on the wave of that determines how seismic, I'm hearing, my creativity is going to be carried out as. And again, it's like I'm getting it, Sagittarius, as you wanting to also, like, I'm almost seeing you like having a moment with yourself and being like, it's like someone comes up to you and they're like, isn't this what you've always wanted? I'm hearing that specifically for a number of you. It's like someone offers you something and then they come up to you and they're like, they see your hesitation. They're like, wait a second, Sagittarius, wouldn't you have died at a certain point in time for this? And you're like, I'm hearing Maccabee, whatever that may mean for a number of you. I'm not motivated anymore by the music that I once married, I'm hearing, this soldier as in my mind. And whatever that may mean for a number of you, it could be focused on energetics, vibration. It's like something may feel really like, ooh, I don't know about that. I'm hearing, I don't know about how serious, I'm hearing, they can also be about what they may be offering me. Again, you may be kind of wondering who is having the conversation with you, and it could be on an energetic level, emotional level, but I'm seeing you not entirely sold on a certain space. I'm hearing emotionally that it's like, yet again, it's like I'm hearing 3 of Hearts. This came through, I believe it was in the full moon and Taurus readings. I don't recall for which sign, take it as you will. I'm hearing though that song, 3 of Hearts. Is it 3 of Hearts or 2 of Hearts? And I'm seeing it again. It's like, okay, I'm hearing, I don't want to play with a spider when it's crawling. I'm hearing, I just kind of was curious about how, and Sagittarius, this energy came through for you in your October reading, okay? Something that, let's say, you kind of felt to be suspicious. This was your overview, thematic, general October reading. Feel free to check that reading out if you feel so compelled. The feeling, though, is yet again, it's like you were kind of curious about something that you knew eventually could crawl at a certain point in time. You're like, I know, I'm hearing that they're eventually, they have a creative bone in their body and they could get, I'm hearing creative with that, with me, but, and I'm hearing in a corporate way, but I'm not contemplating that quite yet. I just want to, I'm hearing carve the space out in my mind's eye. I'm hearing visually to interpret the space. And I'm seeing you yet again, Sagittarius, as being somewhat scared here of what is actually being presented to you. Let us get a few more cards out, though. The Hierophant has a mighty singing voice, and they want to manage it with you, whatever that may mean for you. They may want to, again, go into business with you. They may want to partner up with you. They may want to be your brother as well, whatever that may mean for you. It's like, let me just kind of be your, I'm hearing, by your side as well. They may want to support you here, okay? And you're like, okay, I'm hearing, I don't I'm hearing, I don't really want to have, I'm hearing backup anymore. I'm hearing that for a number of you. I'm hearing backup singing as well. A backup singer. It's like, yet again, and I'm seeing someone who's looking at you and they're gauging your reaction to what through time has somewhat transformed. And they're like, or what through time you, again, may have at a certain point really, really desired. And they're looking at you not really wanting it, holding the same sort of passion. I'm hearing leaf in your hand, that you at a certain point in time were like, so I'm hearing, so considering, I'm hearing, in a very, I'm hearing, in a way where it's like, oh, they're really sure on that. Sagittarius, and the feeling is that they're like looking at you and they're wondering what happened here. They're like, Sagittarius, are you kidding me? I'm hearing now specifically. And you're looking back at them and you're like, I'm hearing, I don't know. I'm hearing what I was thinking. I'm hearing that for a number of you. And I'm also getting for a number of, this is disappointing. I'm hearing for a number of you. It could be disappointing for another individual. It could be kind of I'm hearing conversation that is not fully, I'm hearing clear for someone. And it's like they may not really understand where you're coming from within the whole pact. I'm hearing agreement as well. I'm getting though that there's a desire to find a solution. And again, Sagittarius, it's this feeling of like someone wanting to understand more of why you make the decisions that you do and the way that you do. And I'm seeing that, again, looking at you and being like, wait a second, isn't this what you always wanted? And you're like looking back at them somewhat, I'm hearing in a way that breaks it down for them, okay? Where you're like, I'm hearing, because I'm a believer, yeah. It's like you kind of get like silly with it, like as your response. You kind of get like, it's like, I don't want to have to tell you what I don't want to be talking about. And I don't want to kind of, I'm hearing tell you also that, I'm hearing I'm out, whatever that may mean for a number of you. And this is something that you're not really interested in. I'm hearing specifically, it may be something that someone is offering you that you're like, that pie doesn't smell good to me anymore. I'm hearing the way that you bake it, the way that you shake the I'm hearing the formula in your hand like that. I'm hearing I don't really, I'm hearing, and someone may have been really kind of undecided in the way that they presented you with something, and you're kind of like, I'm hearing I'm done with that. I'm hearing I'm done with having to be done with I'm hearing how done I could possibly be with a certain conversation in a cyclical way. And the way that someone may have been carrying out conversation to you is not lighting the match anymore. It's like, if you want to be childish, I'm hearing go play your games I'm hearing Gomez, whatever that may mean for you. It's like, if you want to be dressing up your storyline, Halloween is right around the corner, buddy, and go, I'm hearing play with your assets elsewhere, whatever that may mean for you. And I'm seeing you as making a really executive decision here in terms of what you really want to be giving your time and your energy and your space to. And if someone was not producing, I'm hearing not showing up, not leveling up, not being professional about things as well, you're not, I'm hearing, holding that party any longer, especially if you were investing in that space physically, financially, nah. Sagittarius knows, I'm hearing, time and how to tell it this time around in terms of where they want to be taking themselves through I'm hearing the atmosphere that they are that they're working with. And it can be happening on an energetic level, spiritually as well. It can be happening on a level that is emotionally focused. And it's like, I am really clear on where my imagination takes me. I'm really, really also confident with my skills, my talents, my assets. I'm not a dreamer, I'm hearing, for nothing. I'm not going to just also take one dock of the I'm hearing of the course to the next with no boat that connects all of the docks together. I'm going to be making rounds and decisions that make me feel like I'm coming home to something. And if you're, let's say, if you have been kind of like, I'm hearing it, I'm a believer, yeah, like kind of also financially feeling your way through a certain process or an industry, I'm seeing you like really getting serious about making some real money here. I'm hearing that for a number of you. And but This is an independent clause that you're drawing up. I'm seeing again for a number of you, if you're thinking about partnering up, you're practicing. I'm hearing your vows and your I do's first on an emotional level before you really decide to take them to. I'm hearing the doctor as well, and you may still be considered in making a certain project work in I'm hearing in a certain partnership in a collaborative way, also in a professional way. But for you, the priority is what you bring to the table when it's right for you. And the devil coming through, the Mother of Pentacles, it's like I'm seeing you as nine of Pentacles as well. The Hermit here, the Hanged Man. You're not, I'm hearing, messing around any longer. And if there were certain discussions that had you kind of spinning around, I'm hearing in the room of dancing with them, I'm seeing you like being like, okay, look, I'm sorry. I'm hearing Morticia, the Addams family coming through strongly here. I'm seeing you being like, look, the Two of Pentacles here, dropping on the ground. Look, I don't want to hitch a ride with you anymore. I'm hearing, forget that. I'm hearing, fuck that. Actually, indeed. I don't really want to work on how work is considered to be practical from your perspective and my perspective together. It's like, I don't want to feel like we have to run through the potato sack race together with your hand in my pocket and my hope riding on how high your heels are, whatever that may mean for you. It's like, I don't want to feel, Sagittarius, I'm getting here that I don't want to feel that we also don't know how to have a conversation about this in a way that really takes it outside of the boardroom. And again, it's like, if there was negotiation even at a certain point in time, I'm seeing that you really want to kind of get independent with that. And it's like, what does it mean to be independent in the process of creativity? And I'm seeing you as wanting to simplify that sort of dynamic. And I'm seeing the letter D very strongly. It's like someone perhaps who is, I'm hearing like dicey here with the Two of Pentacles, someone who is, I'm hearing a doctor as well, but who's like not writing the notes in the way that they were told to. Very interesting. It's like something you don't want to deal with the bullshit. Okay, Sagittarius, you don't want to be, again, working in ways that don't really have a professionalism to them as well. And if you were thinking of partnering up with someone and they were like not showing up and not doing their work, I'm hearing a doctor. It's like, I'm not going to be dipping my toes, I'm hearing, and my shoes, my heels into the pool that you're not even willing to wade into. And I'm hearing, I'm done. I'm hearing that strongly. I'm done. The Sun of Swords here. Sagittarius, you're getting really adamant, okay, about the conversation itself that needs to clear the road here for the Fool to get a move on. And whatever you feel like you need to kind of talk about and undress, even in a way that makes others feel a little bit uncomfortable, you're going to do that. And the Three of Swords is in reverse, right next to the Four of Cups in reverse. I'm hearing you're getting really confident with it. You're getting really comfortable as well with communicating in certain ways. It can be the energy of another. Someone may be coming up to you and feeling really confident about the way that they're now ready to hold a conversation. For you, though, I'm getting, again, Sagittarius, you're like, that's wonderful that you've grown, I'm hearing up here a bit. But I'm hearing, are we going to be growing apart? What exactly is it that you are, I'm hearing, Sagittarius, 1 second. I'm hearing, what is it that we are actually going to be, I'm hearing Gomez again here with the Father of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Son of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I love the Addams family, okay. Whenever the Addams family comes through, I just get these, I'm hearing, shake it. I'm going to shake it. It's like I want to dance. For a number of you, you may really be curious, I'm hearing specifically for a number of you, about what is being presented, but not in a way of like, I'm going to look at it as what can it be. I'm going to talk to you about it as what it has become, and what has become can in a certain way allude to, I'm hearing mathematically. And Sagittarius, you're not messing around, honey. I'm hearing that strongly. You're not wanting to walk on water anymore. And if somebody is like a little bit slow to kind of get a move on with things, you're not worried about how that's going to eventually be marketed. You're worried about what you are stepping into as a market that is really holding potential for you down the line. Now, let us pull a few more cards here, Sagittarius, for you. Oh, we are at Oh, we're like over an hour here. Okay. I'm hearing whip it good. Ooh, Sagittarius, you are really getting kind of intense here. And if it's a lot of work that's on your plate, so to speak, as you may perceive it, you're moving through it. I'm hearing steadily, and you've got a lot of support here. I'm hearing as well. It could be communicatively, maybe communicating a lot. Your work may involve a lot of communication. If you've got events to go to, you're booking all of them. I'm hearing if you're working with children, you want to really talk to all of them and see what comes out of it. There's I'm hearing also experimental energy here, where I'm hearing curious about what can be created when you step up to the plate that you set a standard for. And it's like, what is my standard for matters of manifestation? What is my vision and my version of the world that I am creating? And I realize I am creating. And if you are somewhat caught, I'm hearing, in the crosshairs of a conversation that has gone, I'm hearing, missing in the past, I'm seeing that you're isolating variables really, really quickly in that conversation. Like, okay, I'm hearing if somebody comes back to you and they want to talk about something, you're like, okay, I'm hearing, let's karate chop the conversation now. Let's really get super clear on who is, I'm hearing, creating what, who's cutting what cloth, and what it's going to be serving as in the grander sort of motion of this film. I'm hearing for a number of you, and I'm seeing you being really practical as well, strategic in the way that you would like to invest in a certain I'm hearing movie, I'm hearing production. I'm getting as well how you would like others to be investing in your space, and I'm again seeing it as being, whoa, this is my audience, yes, but I almost like want to be very selective with who participates, who is also perhaps, I'm hearing, donating, take it as you will, their time and their energy. And I'm seeing that people are really impressed by you with that. It's like, wow, I'm hearing they're getting kind of selective here. They're getting kind of also, I'm hearing, they're getting kind of sassy, okay, in the way that they want to be working with their audience. I'm hearing again, they're getting kind of like scary. I'm hearing as well in the way that, and what does scary mean? Take it as you will. They're getting kind of serious in the way that they are. I'm hearing supporting the industry, and there's a focus on what changes, and some people may kind of be wondering, whoa, like, where did this all come from? What charged this sort of this mission? I'm hearing magnitude of change though as well. For a number of you, there's a focus on who's presenting what in an industry. And if you are coming forward and presenting something, I'm seeing that someone is kind of like, there's a big shift in character here that they're not entirely sure yet again how that happened. It's like, I'm seeing it like a Sagittarius. Like, again, if someone at a certain point in time saw you as I'm hearing a slinky that they could kind of bounce in their hand, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing you become strict with rules, and it's like the slinky doesn't operate at these hours of the night. I'm hearing the slinky doesn't know how to make sounds when it's not being properly I'm hearing stored. It's like I'm seeing you coming with like all of these boundaries as well in the workplace in terms of what works for you and what you're not willing to work on any longer. And it can be related to how you carry your work out in a certain way. And someone, again, maybe finding this kind of polarizing to the act that at a certain point in time was carried out, something that, let's say, was also that could be like a contract that was laid out before, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm hearing how are they not talking about this topic any longer in a I'm hearing bickering here, the Son of Swords in reverse, the Star praying. It's almost like this, Sagittarius. And you've got the High Priestess right beneath here, the Six of Pentacles. It's almost like this. It's almost as if you like used to really want to talk about something as well. Almost in the way of like someone could have bet their wages on the fact that you would be, I'm hearing, showing up at a certain conversation, a certain talk. And the fact that, let's say you're redefining the way that you engage in that conversation, even it can be about topics and concepts of marriage. I'm hearing commitment. It's like in kind of sidestepping the space that you once occupied strongly, also in the way that you expressed your emotions. Whoever this person is, and again, it can be your own energy, almost like is wondering what changed. Again, I'm hearing like, what happened? I'm hearing what changed. And it causes them to kind of like feel like somewhat, I'm getting that they're kind of caught off guard with the conversation that you're now holding. And it's like, they're kind of wondering like, what is this also alluding to, the change of? And it may be related to concepts of transformation. I'm getting there being a strong focus here on the Death card, who's looking over at the Devil here in reverse. There being a focus perhaps on what you're perhaps in the process of I'm getting, it's like they may be wondering, what are they alluding to? It's like I'm hearing is this I'm hearing the end of the line of the lock that we once kept in our hands together. I'm hearing with the key of our assets. There could be a feeling of like it's like you just may be backing out of a contract here, Sagittarius. For a number of you, it could be as simple as that. It could be as simple as I'm hearing breaking your lease as well, like ending a contract. I'm hearing again. I'm hearing subordinate clause, perhaps stepping out of a lease. I'm getting for a number of you, not necessarily breaking out of the contract, but just being like, yeah, you know what? I'm hearing, I don't really want to, I'm hearing work. I'm hearing on the top of this mountain anymore. I'm hearing the altitude is giving me some sickness up here, and I don't really want to feel like I'm standing at the height of the bleachers to get my my show really cooking here. And for a number of you, this may be financially, it's like if you were really investing in a certain space and that was not giving you the kind of return on investment that you would have liked or expected. I'm seeing you as breaking down the math problem in a way that makes the solution real simple to you. Let us get a few more cards out here for you, dear Sagittarius, and see what comes through. I want to pull cards for the beginning of November, leading up into the middle of November, leading out. Let's see here, and I want to split the deck. Let's do it in this way. Okay, the Magician in reverse. You're getting prepared for something here. Sagittarius, you have a premonition about something. The star coming through. There's something that you have really, I'm hearing, understood very well in your mind's eye as being, I'm hearing, a certain space that is fertile for you to carry your work out from. The Son of Wands is looking up at the Three of Wands that you lead out with, the Two of Cups. This may be a partnership that is has been really, as you may feel it, drawn up in the stars. It's like I'm hearing a future to this, and we don't need to forecast it to know that it's definitely floating, I'm hearing, in the clouds up there. The focus, though, is on what becomes of the formalization of it. The Hangman in reverse, you may absolutely be dealing with a Pisces here for a number of you. Again, it may be your own energy. What you feel, though, is that there's a cycle that's moving through as well, and that's one that is kind of a natural storyline that tells itself through. You've got the Devil in reverse that's mirroring the Ace of Pentacles upright. I'm hearing daughter, daughter, far too many of you dying. If something, yet again, I'm seeing you, the Father of Pentacles coming through as well. You're getting, I'm hearing, a real handle on your finances. That's for sure, Sagittarius. There's no question about what you are. I'm seeing you as really, I'm hearing knowing what plants to water and which ones to just kind of walk away from as well. And if something has been somewhat stationary and stagnant, the Eight of Pentacles here, but taking up a lot of freaking time and work and energy, I'm seeing you as kind of setting down the burden and leaving, I'm hearing, the eggs to hatch at their own pace. And again, it's a sort of feeling of like if something was taking a lot of time or something was inefficient or something was not coming to a point of clarity in the way that you would have liked, I'm seeing that you're having a sort of overview. I'm hearing a macro objective perception of what is actually working and what is a working variable here. It can be also an industry that you work in. The Six of Pentacles, flipping out from the Eight of Cups, right around the center, period, I'm hearing, of processing I'm hearing the platform that you now would like to carry your work out from. I'm getting there's a major change here. You may be kind of heavily meditating on what makes sense for you in terms of I'm hearing your mission. I'm hearing your what matters. It's like I'm seeing you kind of taking even a philosophical, I'm hearing emotionally based approach to where you want to be working from next. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles that you lead out with at the tail end of this month. Father Wands in reverse. I'm hearing has to make a final say in this all. You may be dealing with someone who's got a lot on their mind that they want to share with you. They don't want, I'm hearing you to kind of close your doors quite yet. I'm hearing that specifically. It can be your own energy again. It's almost like I feel like there's one more standing ovation that I would like to, so beautiful. Oh, Sagittarius, I'm hearing Aries here strongly. You lead out with the Ace of Cups, the Sun, the Strength card, the Son of Pentacles in reverse, looking up at the Father Wands in reverse. For a number of you, someone may be making an offer in terms of what they would like to kind of make work and find a solution with. And they're getting really creative, really crafty with this. You may be thinking about moving. You may have been thinking about moving for a number of you. And now I'm getting it as being at the point of not wanting to decide quite yet again on where things actually go. There could be focus on how you actually move actual objects, but someone wants to make a proposal to you. Somebody wants to make an offer to you. You may be getting into a new contract here. I'm hearing a new lease, new terms. You have the Ace of Cups, the Sun, and the Five of Swords. There's a feeling of I'm hearing productivity that is so clear for you, so professional as well, that you lead out with. It's like, I know what challenges my paradigm of productivity, and I now know what professionalizes my craft, and also the perspective that I hold of myself as the creator of what I create. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for tuning in. Loving light to y'all here. Enjoy this period, moving through cycles here of transformation. Just as I say that, flipping over the Ten of Cups up right over the High Priestess at the base of your spread. There's a focus on what you're eventually going to be coming out with. I'm hearing full circle too. Somebody may be really super keenly, I'm hearing, and interested in collaborating with you in some kind of way. It can be related to concepts and topics of marriage, merging, partnership yet again. It can be related to concepts of fertility. Nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning in. Dear Sagittarius, I hope you have a beautiful November, and I'll see you soon. Bye.